Hello. Hi, Guadalupe. How are you? Looks like I'm live on YouTube, so that's perfect. And live on Facebook. Great. Perfect. Hello, hello. And close that down. How is everyone today? Hi, Sherry, Susan. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unique in the Creek. My name is Judy, and I am a designer on Team Unique. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope all of you are well. And I'm going to be showing you today a beautiful kit. As of today, March 6, 2025, this kit is still available, but is selling out fast. There's just a few left. So if you do like this kit, or you would like to make one like I do today, please go to uniqueinthecreek.com, put it in your cart, and when you check out, please use the code Judy. It helps me tremendously. It's my affiliate code. And while you're there, pick yourself up some more wreathing supplies. There's some new sign and ribbon sets that were dropped yesterday. New supplies, ribbons, mesh, of course, the boards, accessories, anything you need to make a beautiful wreath, okay? So this is kit number 201. And it is still available. Hi, Susan, Carol, Paula. Sorry, I missed some comments. Sanita, Deborah, Tina, Kelly, Sherry, Lynn, Nancy, Mary. Hello, everyone. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. I'm going to bring you down to the board and we're going to get started. All right. So again, this is a Unique in the Creek, a welcome peony kit. How's that? I think that's good. Let's try the, is the view and light everything okay, my friends? Okay, so we're going to go over what is in the kit today. Hi, Beck. Hi, Tina Falkenheim. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is the ring board, okay? I have preloaded the board a little bit, but this is a ring board if you are not familiar with it, okay? So today on the ring board, I'm going to show you how I loaded the board. You do get the ring board. You get pre-cut mesh sheets. There's 40 pieces per set. This stuff is amazing, okay? I'm sure there's nobody that I know that would say, I love cutting my own mesh. No, ma'am, nay, nay. I don't like cutting my mesh, and this pre-cut mesh is fabulous. I love it. Comes in many, many different colors, textures. So that is also available at uniqueinthecreek.com. Then it comes with 2 rolls of ribbon, full rolls of ribbon, my friends, not cut rolls, full rolls, okay? This is a 2.5 inch Swiss dot burlap with lace edging. Okay, beautiful neutral ribbon. And this one is a mint green floral embossed 1.5 inch ribbon. Okay, beautiful, beautiful ribbons. All right, so those are the 2 ribbons that you get in the kit. Both very versatile. We won't be using all of the ribbons, so you will have leftover ribbon, I am sure. It comes with this beautiful bundle of peonies. I'm not sure if it's peonies or peonies. I think it just depends where you're from. I've always said peonies. That's how I know them, but whatever you call them, they're beautiful. Okay. So we're going to cut these up and use them in our wreath. It also comes with this fabulous bush of greenery. This is so huge. Like, I don't even know. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I cut one off. So that's 7 pieces. And each piece could easily be cut in 1, 2, or 3 pieces of greenery. Okay. Depending how long you need them. So that's the greenery that came with it. And then, of course, you need the sign. It's a beautiful, there we go, that might be better. Welcome 12-inch metal sign. Okay, absolutely stunning. It's got the peonies that match perfectly with the sort of, I'm not sure, it's not a solid color, like it's, there must be a word for it. I can't think of the word for it right now, but oh, Carol, hello. I'm sorry. I don't know offhand what the cost of the kit. I don't know. Are you in the States or Canada? Because it will differ. I think I can't venture to say, but if you go to uniqueinthecreek.com, the prices are all listed there. Now, if you're watching this later than March 6th, the kits are probably possibly sold out. I did in the description box list each item by SKU. So if you are looking on the Unique in the Creek website, if we variegated, thank you, Lori Franklin, and hello. If the kit is sold out, you could go to uniqueinthecreek.com, punch in those SKU numbers that I have listed in the description box for the ribbons, the mesh, the sign, everything, okay, will be there. So you can make your own kit. You can change your colors of your kit. You can do whatever you like. This is just a sample of how I'm going to be doing the kit. And if you go to Unique in the Creek YouTube page, there is hundreds, and I mean hundreds of videos there, all free. And you can go to the ring board playlist. You can go to the kit playlist. And you can also go to Judy's playlist. And you will see all different types of ring boards. Okay, so that is another way you can watch the replay. Again, all free. So it's perfect. Okay. Oh, thank you, Susan. I guess in the US, the kit is $42.99. And yes, the kits are chock full of things. You don't need to do anything else. Okay. Also comes with a bag, a bag of 100 zip ties, which are gray, which match the board beautifully. It also comes with your cable mounts and pipe cleaners if you so choose to use them. It comes with a card that is a QR code that will take you right to the page to watch videos. And it comes with this, if you don't have a cutting mat, it comes with a slightly tacky adhesive. Well, I'm sorry, I can't even open it right now, but it comes with a measuring tape. It's 24 inches long. What you do is you just put it out on your table or your working surface, and you can measure your ribbon. Okay, you don't have to measure your mesh because it's pre-cut. Okay, pre-cut. So then it'll help you with your ribbons. Okay, but I am going to show you how to cut your ribbons with the Unique in the Creek Measure Buddy. Okay. This is a great device tool to help you cut anywhere from 8 inches. This is 14 inches if you pull it out all the way, and up to 20 inches if you pull it completely out. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use that as well, cutting the ribbons. So let's get started. I believe I probably may not use those. We'll have to see. I may just use pipe cleaners because the sign did come with holes in the board. So I'm not sure on placement. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Yes, and if you are making kits like this, I'm only using, the way I'm doing this, I'm using 2 times 8 is 16. I'm using 24 pieces of mesh. You're going to have quite a bit of mesh left over, okay? So when you load a board, if you are new to Unique in the Creek boards, a zip tie, okay, there's a flat part and a part that has an end on it. You want the flat part facing upwards. You take the zip tie, you put that in, and listen. You see, hear that zip? It's not going to lock until you hear that zip. Okay, and that's how you know that the zip tie is locked. Now we're going to load this board open, which means I'm not going to close it. So if I was going to be doing, say, a petal where you want it closed, like a flower, you would close your zip ties, okay, like this. Okay, and just leave them closed, half closed, until you put your mesh in. Today, we are going to use the zip ties open, which means you just put them in, okay? Now, I'm going to be doing every other, which means I'm going to do every other outside 2 holes, which are these 2. Okay, so from here to here, here to here, here to here, all the way around. Okay, every other. Okay, and then I'm going to put a zip tie in the opposite bottom 2 on the hose I have on the rows that I have not used yet. Okay, so you're going to need 16 zip ties. No, hang on a second. Yes, 16 zip ties. I think that's right. Okay, let's check that out. Yes. Now, if you do it the way I'm going to do it, I have very weak hands, so I don't typically put my mesh in at the same time as my ribbon tails. But you can do that. If you do it like me, you're going to need a few more zip ties. But listen, my friend, you get a bag of 100. So you'll definitely have more than enough. Okay, more than enough. Carlisle, first time watching. Well, hello, welcome to Unique in the Creek. My name is Judy, and I am a designer with Team Unique. I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you very much. Let's give Carlisle a wonderful welcome to the best group ever. Hello, everyone. Okay, so are there any questions on how to load the board or how I'm loading the board? If not, we'll get going. I'm going to show you. I have loaded 3 sets of mesh and ribbon tails. Okay, but before we get started, I want to prep all my ribbon tails. Hello, everyone. Now, I cut my ribbon tails at 14 inches. Okay, I'm going to need 8 sets only, okay, because I'm only doing the sets of holes on the outside rows, like the two zip ties, or sorry, the zip ties that are on these outside. The insides are only getting mesh, okay? So you take your ribbon tail. If you're using a measure buddy, you pull it out all the way to 14 inches. If you are using a cutting mat, you could take your ribbon and cut it off your cutting mat. If you are using that slightly tacky measuring tape that comes in with the kit that you can put on any work surface, because it will not damage anything, because it's a temporary tack, okay? You could cut it off. You can take it and measure it next to your ribbon. I'm sorry, your measuring tape, and cut your ribbon that way. I am going to be cutting it with my measure buddy, okay? Now I've cut 4, which means I need 4 more. So I'm going to pull it out to 14. I'm going to take it here and I'm going to wrap it, okay? That's 2, so that's 2 pieces of ribbon. 3 and 4. I'm taking my ribbon scissors. Now the reason I call them my ribbon scissors is I only use those blue handled scissors for ribbon. They're great ribbon scissors. They're great scissors. But I have a set of ribbon that's strictly, or a set of scissors strictly for ribbon. This is also available at uniqueinthecreek.com. It's listed in the description box if you're interested. They're very sharp, so be careful. I actually have a Band-Aid on this finger because yesterday I literally cut my finger, so be careful. So then I'm going to cut the ribbons at the end, and I'm going to do a dovetail. Okay, you fold you fold your ribbons in half. Okay. Now I know I probably am doing this wrong because I think you're supposed to do it this way. Hi, Jackie, you're here, so I'm going to tell them. Jackie shows her cutting ribbon tails this way, but I have a hard time doing that because, well, I just do. I have a hard time doing that because I've been cutting it the other way all this time. So if you are just learning, do it the way is comfortable for you, but Jackie is probably correct when she says it does hurt your scissors to go against the wire. So whichever way you cut your ribbon is perfectly fine. Scissors, on a mat, measuring tape, whatever you like. Okay, so we're going to do that again with the 1.5 inch. 3, 4. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Take that measure buddy out. Fold down your ribbons. You can push it flat like that to make sure you get the right center or end, and you just cut through. That measure buddy is really handy. It not only helps you cut ribbons, you can also use it and measure your tulle or your mesh or things like that that you wrap around if you do a lot of yarn crafts. That also helps. Okay, it's a very handy tool to have. You can always just toss it in your cart when you're shopping at uniqueinthecreek.com. And you won't be sorry you made the purchase. You're going to wonder, where the heck has this been all my life? Okay, so there we go. So now what I'm going to do to get prepped up, I'm going to lay one of these on top of the other and just fold it in half until I'm ready for it. Okay. Nice to have everything prepped before you start. Because then once you get going after your prep is done, it's an easy process. Okay, this is okay. There we go. Sometimes ribbon is kind of hard to tell which is the right side up. Okay, so there we go. I have 5 more sets of ribbon tails to use. Okay, so that's that for now. Clean up the space. Now for the mesh. Sorry for the crinkle. Actually, I shouldn't have taken all of those out. Let me put some of that back because I'm not going to use them all. But you get 40 pieces of pre-cut mesh. Okay, I'll just pull a few out. I think I still pulled out too many. But okay, so the ring board, again, we're doing every other outside set of mesh with tails, and the inside one is only getting mesh. The outside is getting 2 pieces of mesh, and the inside is just getting 1. And the reason I used the inside row as well is because I'm going to set my sign on top of there, and I want some more fluffiness and something for the sign to sit on. Okay, So right now I need just an inside piece of mesh. Easy peasy. We're just going to take the pre-cut mesh, you're going to take it out of the package, and you're going to ruffle up from the middle of the cut edge up to the top of the middle of the other end. Okay? I take the edge a little bit and fold it along so it doesn't fray as much, and I'm just going to pinch it like an accordion, sort of, you know, like that. Get to the other end, and you have this little bow tie ruffle. I'm going to do it face down, okay? I'm just going to put that in that inside zip tie and zip it up. And that's all you're going to do on the inside rows, okay? I'm going to cut off the zip ties as I go, because sometimes with the ruffles, it gets really poofy and it's hard to go back. And the less you handle your mesh, the less fray you're going to get. So on the outside set of holes, you're going to do this technique 8 times. Sorry, my cord is in the way, so let me put that over there. I apologize. Let me just move this cord a little bit. There we go. Okay, so you're going to take 2 pieces of mesh. We all need bigger tables, don't we, my friends? Okay, 2 pieces of mesh. Now, I just laid one on top of the other about 1 inch. Okay, now for me, I have pretty weak hands. So for me, I'm going to take that and pinch the middle. And I took it off the table because I find it's just easier to get that pinch going. And then I'm just going to ruffle, 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 ruffle. And then I'm going to pinch it there. Then I'm just going to flip it around. Now you can do it all the way straight through. I just can't do it with my hands. I just find that really hard on my hands. But we're just going to keep ruffling, ruffling, accordion ruffling, whatever you want to call it. Okay? That. And that's what you're going to get. Just a beautiful ruffle, and you don't have to cut the mesh. Okay? So you take this. Now you can do 2 things. You can put your mesh in with a set of ribbon tails. Let's see if I can do it today. Some days my hands aren't as bad, so let's see if we can do it. Take your set of tails. I crisscross it a little bit. This is a trick that Lori Franklin showed, and I love it because it helps me separate my tails. So I'm going to scrunch up the middle. Okay, you make sure that your ends are even. Okay, like you don't want to do that, obviously. Okay, because it's not straight. So you want to make sure that your ends are even. Okay. Sorry if I'm missing anyone's comments. I apologize. If you had a question, please ask again. And hopefully I will see it, or maybe somebody in the comments will be able to help you. I am using a kit number 201 on the ring board. And I am just showing how to place the mesh on the board. So let's see. Well, this is if you do it with 1 zip tie. You just put that cut mesh, because you pinched it in the middle. It's not going anywhere. Then take your ribbon tails. Okay. Take your zip ties. Now you kind of have to separate that mesh a little bit, but that's okay because it's going to go back together. Now just slightly zip up your zip tie. Okay, so it slightly clicks. You just want to make sure that it's not going to spring out again. Make sure this is even, and then zip tie your zip tie. Close your zip tie. Push it down on your mesh and close it. And zip it up. Okay, now we're going to separate our tails, but we're going to do them later because we all know we fiddle with our tails a gazillion times. But see how pretty that is? Super easy, okay? Take a single cut of mesh, fold it, ruffle, accordion, ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. inside row, one piece of mesh only. Okay. I'm using this just for a filler and a support for my sign. Any questions so far? Hi, Linda from Texas. Okay, so now we're going to do that double ruffle again. So I just put one over the top. I'm going to ruffle, 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 and then I pinch it. Again, you could ruffle it from the bottom and go all the way to the top if you like. But I find for me, because of my, my sore hands, it just helps me. Okay. And then I'm just going to ruffle it up again. Okay. And there you have it. Either way you do it, you start on one end, go all the way down, or you do halfway like myself. It's going to work the same way. Now this time I'm going to show you if you can't hold the mesh and the ribbons at the same time. All you're going to do is take that zip tie. Okay, make sure your mesh is even. And zip tie that up. Oh, thank you, Tina Kelly. It's a beautiful kit. And this kit is beautiful because you can put it out now till the whole summer, right? All summer you could keep this out. I mean, who doesn't like peonies? I mean, here where I live, the peonies don't come out until August in my garden, right? So you're going to get a set of zip ties. Sorry, your ribbon tail, a set of ribbons. But before you do, you're going to take your zip tie and you're going to go over that set of holes that you put your mesh in, right over behind it, okay? Right on top of that same set of the outside two holes on the ring board. Yes, Janet, all the SKUs are listed in the description box. If you want to buy the ribbons separately, make up your own kit, whatever you like, and it's available at uniqueinthecreek.com. Okay, so again, we're going to find our center, but we've already did that because we pre-made our packs. Yeah, Lynn, it does. Lori knows us, I think, and when she sent me this kit, she goes, this is your kit. I said, yeah, this is definitely my kind of kit. Has all my favorite elements: ring board, mesh, beautiful ribbons, greenery, and florals. I mean, how much better can you get than that? Okay, so when you do another zip tie over your mesh, you just take your ribbon tails, and see, it's easy. Like when you're not having to worry about your mesh, like, going all over the place, you get a whole bag of zip ties. It's less stress, honestly. Might take a little bit more time. Yes, Diane. The double pieces of mesh technique is because, yeah, you can use pre-cut mesh, but you don't have to use it just in a flower petal or a small ruffle. You can do it to make a large ruffle. In fact, I don't know, maybe after I might even try to do 3. You never know. Because I like, sometimes I use 36-inch mesh. So who knows? You could probably do it. But it's super easy with the pre-cut. Like, there's no thinking. You just pull a piece of mesh out. You roll it however you like it. Okay? And again, you're going to have leftover mesh. So this mesh, you could add to any of your flower wreaths. I'm using, let's see, 2 times 8 is 16 plus 8 is 24 minus from 40. So you're going to have 16 pieces of mesh left if you do the kit like I am doing it. Okay, so you could easily use the leftover mesh for petals or leaves on your flowers, whatever you like, right? And if you don't use this, yeah, like Tina says, if you don't have the pre-cut mesh, you just cut the mesh and ruffle right up the center. One long piece of mesh. Okay, make sure your ribbon tails are even. I like to always make sure they're even. 2 pieces of mesh now. Let me see. Let me see if I can do it if you just roll it up. I guess if you put something heavy there, you don't really have to worry about it then. And then you can just roll up the center. Oh yeah, there you go. Just keep something heavy on that center line so the mesh doesn't fall away from each other. And see, it's perfect, right? So that's actually pretty easy. This mesh is really nice. Like it's thicker. It's a thicker deco mesh. It gives more coverage. I don't know how it feels. Like it's just, oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me. I am so sorry. It's just a really cool texture and it's nice and sturdy, right? It's great mesh. So let's try this on the outside hole again. This is going to get ribbons. Let's see if I can do it with just one tie. Some days my hands work better than others. But again, I am more liking doing an extra zip tie for myself. But whatever way you like. Whatever way. Just trying to show you different options, okay? And make sure that zip tie is nice and tight. And the reason I like to use a needle nose plier to get that nice and tight. Hi, Wendy. How are you, my friend? We're making kit number 201. Welcome, Peony Kit. Thank you. Thank you for the bless you. It's funny because I rarely sneeze. I don't sneeze a lot. Okay, so this is just one piece of mesh. Look how pretty this is, though. Easy ruffles. This is a great wreath, even for like if you're a beginner, especially. I mean, the wreath kits for anybody are great value, obviously. But this wreath kit, the only thing that you would need is a pair of scissors, right? Everything else is in the kit. Lori thinks of everything when she puts her kits out. She's got the measuring tape, pipe cleaners, cable mounts. Brilliant. Okay, so you just zip that up or fold that up. Hi, Erica. Thanks for joining. Were you busy crafting? Did you lose track of time? There we go. Okay, so let's see. Lay the mesh on top of each other. Okay, put something heavy there, and then you can scrunch up all the way up in one rotation, or not rotation, one fluid motion. Okay, voila. Any questions about this kit or Unique in the Creek or? Now, when I put these ruffles in, once I get that zip tie in, I like to take the one edge of the cut part and fold it over the other cut part. Where are my scissors? There you go. Cut this thread off. Okay, we're going to take another zip tie. Go over that same zip tie. And put your ribbon tails in. Now, some people will put their florals or greenery in as well with their zip ties and their ribbon tails. I may go back in again and put another zip tie over, but I'm not sure where I'm going to be placing those florals and greens. at the moment. So I opted to wait to cut up the greenery and floral after I put the sign on. Okay, this is a 12-inch sign. So it's a really good size for the wreath. It fills up the center nicely, as you will see shortly. It's a beautiful kit. Okay, so I only need just, I think, 4 more pieces of mesh. Not sure if that was 4 or 3. Let's just check it out. Okay, so I need to, again, we'll just, isn't this cool though? So easy. Barely any prep for your mesh, which is brilliant. Because again, I don't know anybody that says, oh my God, I just love cutting mesh. And yes, you probably just saw me cut a couple frays because all mesh frays. All mesh. Doesn't matter what you do with it. You could heat seal it. You could wood burn it. You could rotary cut it, scissor cut it. It all is going to fray. And if people tell you that there is a non-fraying mesh, I don't believe them because I don't believe it. I've never seen one, but the frays don't bother me because you just cut them off. And honestly, once you stop playing with the mesh, it won't fray. Like I leave my wreaths outside on my house, on my siding and on my front door. You know, I use it as decor as well along the walls or on my fence back. And I live in Canada. I had a wreath out there for a year and a half, and there was no more frays on that wreath from being outside because I stopped touching the mesh, right? It lasts a really good amount of time. Once you stop playing with it, it's not going to fray. It's not like it sits outside and it just frays naturally on its own. I don't know. For myself, again, I leave my wreaths out and I don't have any problem with it. The only problems I've ever had with wreaths are sun fading. And that's with anything that's outside. My patio furniture fades, you know. There's really nothing you can do. It's just wear and tear, my friends, wear and tear. Okay, one more piece. Look at that. One more piece. Now, the last piece is always a little bit, you know, you kind of have to part the seas there. Put that last piece in. Hello, Carrie Marie. Okay, now this kind of looks like a hot mesh. You kind of have to go through. Okay, now look, so the mesh is in a nice bag already. So once you're done with your mesh, you just take it up. Okay, and this is ready to go. You put it somewhere flat in a box or with something heavy on it. You don't want to, you know, you don't want to bend it. You want to keep it nice and flat. Okay, so now let's just go through and pull out our tails somewhat. Okay, it's still not going to be perfect, but we're going to try to just pull it out, pull them out. Yeah, the mint green's beautiful. Mint green seems to be kind of popular this year, I find. I find there's a lot of mint green around. I have never really used mint green a lot, except for this year, but it's a very pretty neutral color, I have to say. What are you guys all thinking about this design? Hi, Rosemary. Oh, don't forget, Rosemary, the replays are on the Unique in the Creek YouTube channel, my friend. Anytime you like to watch it, all free. Right? If you have not subscribed to the Unique in the Creek YouTube channel, please go and subscribe and like that page. Not right now. nay after the live. But if you need to watch it again, if you got this kit and you haven't put it together yet, or you're ordering it right now, because I think there are a few left. If you are still interested, you should hurry because they sell out super fast, especially once tutorials are done. Kits go really quickly. Okay, so this is the wreath base so far. See how fluffy? And if you know me, you all know I love fluffy, right? Look how fluffy, like really, there's nothing prettier. Okay, nothing prettier. So now we're going to decide how we're going to place the sign. Obviously, I'm going to place the sign in the middle. But what I mean is with zip ties or cable mounts. Because it has holes in the sign, I'm probably going to use pipe cleaners through the holes. Now, you do get, what did I do with it? You do get 2 cable mounts in the kit, okay, and the pipe cleaners. All right. I am going to use just the pipe cleaners. I like to take off the sticky tags on the back. I don't want people to see the tags on my designs. I mean, chances are they probably wouldn't because the wreath is so full, but okay. So let me find the top of the board. Now the top of the ring board, if you're not aware, is this set of holes right here. Okay. The rows on the ring board, there's 16 sets, like 16 rows. But on one of the set of rows, number 1, there are 2 chamfered holes, and that's where you can put your zip ties. Okay, so let's put a zip tie in there right here, just so I can hold on to it a little better. Actually, I'm going to put it in this way. I like to put it on this way because I like the nub of that zip tie to be on the inside of the board. And I'll just explain to you why that is. I probably should have done this before I made the wreath. Note to self, put your hanger on first. Might be easier. Okay. Because I did it backwards than most people. So just make sure it zips. Cut off the excess. Okay, and then you have your hanger, okay? So now you know where the top of the board is. Now, this sign, let me see here. I don't know if I want the welcome. You could put the welcome absolutely straight up and down. Okay, so you could hang this sign from one hole right there and put it to the other hole right there, which is what I think I probably will do. Okay, so it'll be perfectly centered. Let's do that. Just makes it easier. So you can take your zip tie, pipe cleaner. Yep, you're right, Susan, it'll go anywhere. And again, you could use it all until fall, you know. Thank you, Tina. Yes, you could use code Judy at checkout. That's greatly appreciated. It helps me tremendously. I'm sure you're not going to find any lack of supplies to purchase. Lori has such great supplies. Okay, now, top of the board. Where is that? Where are you? Where are you? I will show you where I'm going to put it as soon as I get this in here. Now, when I first do the pipe cleaners, I don't do them tight because I want to make sure I get everything on properly before I secure that pipe cleaner. So I'm just going to gently put that through where I want it to go. And again, I will show you. Okay, I put it in the wrong set of holes, so we're not going to show you that. But no problem. I knew I did something wrong there. It didn't seem like I had it in the right spot. Are you frozen? Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happens there with Facebook. Sometimes it can. Okay, so gently twist it in the back. Just a couple of you, hey? Honestly, the sign's the hardest part to put on. I struggle every wreath I make. I am so sorry. It's the hardest part. Oh, it was just you? Oh, okay. All right, my friend. Well, I'm glad you're back. Okay, let's see what we have here, okay? Just going to spin this around a little bit. Now, the thing with a sign like that, you might look at it and go, well, the welcome's not like straight. You can put it, the welcome, on this more on the side. You could put it straight on the bottom. You would just put your cable mount down like top here and down here. If you wanted to read the sign like, let's see, like that. Okay. You could put a cable mount here, use these holes here and put the sign on. But I'm using the holes that are in the sign. And so I'm going to use it like this. It's a little bit more off-centered, okay? I kind of like my wordings off. I mean, obviously, some things I don't, but I often will use things off-centered. Now I'm just going to pull out some of this mesh so it ruffles around the sign nicely. Okay, and then I'm going to tighten up those zip ties, and now I will, or pipe cleaners, now I will show you where I put them, because I know I'm going to keep it there. Okay. Alrighty. Now, you won't want to really, you don't want to squish your mesh, okay? But you do want your sign on there steady. Like you don't want it to be able to move too much. And this is where I put the sign. This is the top of my board, my 2 chamfered holes for my hanger. You could also use that pipe cleaner that Lori put extra pipe cleaner in there, which might work better because the zip ties might not give you enough length. But for the time being, I use the zip tie. Okay, but this is where I put the sign. Sorry, lost my mind there. Okay, outside hole to the edge of the board. Okay, so the outside around the edge. That's where I put those 2 holes, those 2 pipe cleaners. Okay, so now we're just gonna make sure our mesh is nice and full under there. Okay. Ta-da, look at that. Actually pretty, just like that. But nay, we're not going to stop there, my friends, because this is what else you got. You got these beautiful greens in the kit. Let me move that before I knock those over. Okay, this is the peony bundle you get. I'm just going to cut that raffia off. We're not going to be needing that. Cut the tag off. Again, all the SKUs are listed in the description box. There's actually a little wire around here. Let's cut that off. Perfect. Okay, let's get rid of that. My little garbage bucket there. You know, I have this garbage bucket here right on the corner of my desk, my table. And I throw my zip. You think I would hit that bucket? 80% of the time I don't. I always have to clean off my table. Okay, so now, as you can see, there's 3 sets of peonies with buds. And there's this beautiful greenery bush. So how I'm going to cut this greenery bush, firstly, I'm going to cut a few stems right at the base. since I don't know how many I'm going to use, I'm just going to cut 3, I cut 4. There's 7 stems. I've already cut 1, so I've got 3 stems left, okay? Caught my finger in the SKU number there. Now, do you see how long this is? If I make a bow, I might need something that's longer, okay? I'm going to cut these in 3. I think 3. Let me see here. Yeah, maybe 2. Let's cut them in 2 to begin with. So 1, 2. This one lost a little flower here. You just push it back on, okay? So let's cut a couple of those. So you just find the bottom, the one wherever you want it to cut, and cut it in half, okay? They don't have to be exact. They don't have to be exactly the same, but you could get 2 or 3 cuts on here, okay? Whichever you like. Ooh, that's a long one. I probably could get another one out of that. Okay, there we go. So we have some of these cut up. Now, obviously, I'm not going to need that long piece of peony, okay? So I'm going to cut it. I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to cut it about here. Actually, I need to cut it with a wider piece, sorry. This might, oh, that's not too bad. Okay, and I'm just going to get rid of that. So just cut it whichever way or how you can with a zip or a wire cutter. If you have a stem cutter, even better. I do not have a stem cutter, but these were actually pretty easy to cut. Now, what I decide, I think I'm going to make a small bow up top, like just a small one. We'll see how that goes. And then I'm going to put the peony. Actually, I might not even need a bow on this one because the florals are so pretty, right? I'll put one here. Now, remember, if you have wording on your signs, you don't want to cover up that word. So you don't want the big peony like right there, okay? I might put the big peony. Sorry, I'm not a committer. I don't glue until I know where I'm going to put them. So let's just see here. If I put one there, and if I put, say one here, and one here. Okay, I think these are still too long. How many of you have this kit already? Have you gone to get it already? Okay, and then if I put, now what I'm thinking of doing is I wanted to put the greenery in the places where I didn't have the peony, of course. Because there's no point putting the greenery in with the peony because the peony already has lots of green in it. What do y'all think so far? Again, I'm not a committer. I have to kind of play around a little bit. That's the fun part of crafting though, right? You can play around more. Some of these are actually longer, so I am going to cut it a little bit. I don't think I need that much. And I might make one small bow. I'm not sure. I'm not sure though, to be honest. I don't know. What do you all think? No, I need this big one somewhere else. This one's already big, right? So let's move this. And you know, you may not even need all 3. to be honest. I'm gonna make a bow. Let's make a bow. See if you're gonna use a bow, because that's gonna change the placement of my florals. Okay, does that sound good? Shall we do that? Okay, let's make a bow. I am going to do the mint on the bottom, thing of this, and then the mint again, I think. So if I put a bow at the top here, sorry, I just have to kind of talk to myself a little bit. I'm going to do about a 9-inch tail. Now, I always make my tails longer because I hate having short tails and then thinking to myself, dang, I should have. Okay, I'm going to do a 6-inch loop. I'm going to do it 4 times, like 2 on each side. This is the Easy Bow Design Pro. I love it. Lori has the Easy Bow Stow and Go in her shop, which is a little bit smaller and has the spindle holders on another piece of wood, which is super handy. It's more compact, so it's easier to travel with if you do travel a lot and take your crafting with you. Okay, so I think, okay, we'll do that right now. Then I'm going to do 1 loop here. Now you can do this kit a different way. If you want to add things to it, you can. If you don't want to use everything in it, you can. I'm going to show you just the things that come in the kit. I'm not going to be adding any more than what's in the kit, because you can make a beautiful wreath with just what is in the kit. You don't have to add anything else, okay? And then I'm going to do 1 more in here. Just in the center. Like that. Okay. Now, as you can see, you have a ton of ribbon still. Ton of ribbon. Okay, you do get a pipe cleaner. I will show you how to do it with the pipe cleaner. You just pull up all your ribbon. You pinch as tight as you can, okay? Here. You take your finger and your thumb. You take your pipe cleaner. I'm going to tip this so you can see. I'm going to push it through there. I'm going to take the top of that pipe cleaner through that center of those 2. And then I'm going to pinch with my thumb. Okay, and you're going to pull. You're going to pinch and pull. Pinch with this hand and pull. And twist the bow, not the pipe cleaner, because it makes it tighter. Okay, so there's your bow. So let's see if we like that bow. And where are we going to put that bow? Okay. It's a very simple bow. I'm just going to pull out my tails. Okay. Let's just see what we got here. Okay. I'm going to take 2 up tails in mint. And that's it. I'm going to put both Swiss dots down. Obviously, I have to cut those tails shorter. Put this one in the middle. Take your loops, break that bow. Okay. Oh, is Dre here? Hi, Dre. Hi. Like that. Okay. Again, bring your tails to the front or to the top, wherever you happen to want them. take your loops and always get down to that bottom. Okay, so it's going to look something like that. Okay, very simple bow. Let's take out these actually, because I haven't decided where I'm going to put those yet. That was an idea in every other with the greenery. Now, you obviously don't want it to cover your words, but if I put it here, which I think I will, I'm going to try it at the top, okay? There's these darning needles that you could use for your pipe cleaners to help you push it through the whole of the board. I will show you where I'm going to put it as soon as I get that in. I'm going to go right through that mesh because it'll give me something for the mesh or for the bow to sit on. Okay. Again, I will show you where that is as soon as I can maneuver. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to give it a little tug. I'm going to see where I want that bow to go. Now again, just like the sign, I don't tighten up those pipe cleaners really tight because I need to make sure I like where it's placed. Okay. Now, might look like a hot mess. Trust me. When I say it'll look better. Because I am going to cut those tails, of course. Which let me do that right now so it'll look better so you can tell what I'm even done. Does anyone have any questions about anything so far? Oh, have fun at the UPS. Thank you, everyone. We're going to try to maneuver it around that sign so it looks, you know, properly placed. Okay, so something like that. Now, I know it's kind of covering that peony, but you're going to be able to know it's a peony sign because it's a huge sign. But we'll also know because we're going to put peonies all around it. But I will cut these a little bit shorter. This is why I like to make my tails a little longer because you can take away, but it's very hard. Other than making another bow, you can't add to it, right? I think it looks pretty with the bow. Honestly, I think it needs the bow. Myself? Oh, thank you, Lynn. Took me a long time to try to figure out a bow. Okay? But there we go. This is a 2-1-2 bow. It's a 2. What did I do even? Oh, just a 2, 1, and a 1. Ah, it's just 2 loops, 1 loop, and a center loop. Ah, this is a very easy bow. Oh my goodness. Okay. There we go. So now we can decide. Sorry, I have to just flip it around a little bit. Now we can decide where we want to place that, the florals, okay? I may not even need all the florals. And here, I'm going to tell you why I may not. Because now you can do your wreath any way you like, okay? If you want to keep them all together as one piece with the greens and the bud, you can do that. But I think I am going to cut the bud off the big one anyway. And one of the leaves. And I'm possibly going to, in fact, I'm going to cut the buds off all of them. Again, you might think, well, what's the point? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. I need a bigger cutter, a wider opened cutter. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Now, I need to cut these stems down a little bit. Yeah, I like the bow. I like it with the bow. Personally, I think it looks better with the bow. Everything looks good with the bow, right? Okay, so now you have 3 peony, 3 buds. Where's the other bud? There we go. Okay, 3 buds and a bunch of greenery, leaves, and greenery. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. What time is it? Oh, goodness. Okay. Let's see here. Again, I'm not a committer. Don't come for me. I just go and place things and see what I like, and then I will commit. Because, yeah. And I'm going to cut some of these stems off. They're very thick stems. And if a stem piece comes off, you can put it wherever you like, right? Now I'm going to be probably gluing these in, but if you wanted and you knew where you're going to place them, you could have put them in with your zip ties. I don't typically do that because I never really know where I'm going to put them. But this is what I'm thinking of doing. Okay, now you have a ton of this greenery bush. Like I cut 4, but you still have 3. So you can put this greenery bush all over your wreath, and I think it'll add really pretty accents. And you can even add it in with your peony itself, just to add some more different types of textures and greens with it. I'm a greenery gal, though. I love adding florals and greenery to my wreaths. For me, it's never too much. I know some people think I'm a bit too much. That's okay. We all have our preferences. Again, you do not have to do this kit the way I'm doing. You can go to the ring board playlist on Unique in the Creek, and you can see many, many different ways of doing a kit, okay, on the ring board. Again, I like to tuck things in my bow, under my bow, in my bow, around my bow. I like that because, well, I think it adds, I don't know, it just adds something to a bow when you put things in your bow, I think. Okay, not sure about that green leaf. And these peonies are beautiful. Now with the buds, oopsie, lost a bud. Full, please. Okay, there we go. You could put the buds in on this every, where there wasn't a large peony. You're not going to have as many you're not going to have one for every spot, but that's okay. You can figure this out, no problem. Oh, I think that looks pretty. Or you could even put a bud in your bow, I guess, if you wanted. For me, I probably will just put more greenery in that bow. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. Any questions? Sorry. Any questions? Again, I'm just fiddling around. I may not add everything in here, but knowing me, there's a very good possibility. Again, this is a bit too long. I'll just cut that. It's like they grow. Don't forget to give your ribbons a little, you know, curl. Nothing worse than a flat loop or a flat tail. Okay, now I need to put a greenery in here. I missed this ribbon tail. Oh, I think this is going to look beautiful. Lori and Jackie put together awesome, amazing kits. Like, they're always beautiful. They do a lot of work. You have to appreciate the work that goes into making, like, putting together the kits, because they always have to go a season, like a year before, right? Look how pretty. You know, Deborah, no bucket of magic today, just using a kit. Yeah, that's right, just because it's a kit. But this kit has a whole bunch of magic in it, my friends. Whole bunch of magic in it. I think that's beautiful. Right? I haven't glued these in yet, my friends. And I probably won't do it while you're here, unless you really want me to. But I think I'm pretty happy with the placement of all of this. Look how beautiful. Look how pretty. It's a very neutral palette color. It will go with any decor, inside or outside, back patio, porch, wherever you're going to have a glass of lemonade in the summer, things like that. It will be beautiful. Whoops, I lost a peony. Hang on. Hold on, folks. Okay. I'm going to put it on the door so we can see, okay? First of all, see what it looks like. And then we can adjust. Okay, we can adjust. So hold, please. Now I have to step away because I need to see it from a few feet back. Very delicate, very pretty, very, very pretty. Very pretty. And again, these will be in more like properly, right? They're just kind of sitting in there, not angled as well as like this one, because it's so big. It needs a place to stick to. But oh, that's pretty. What do y'all think? What do you think? I put that one there, maybe. Can you see it? Kind of hard to see on the wall, isn't it? Oh, yes. I like the fact that I moved that bud. You can't really tell that much, but in person, I had the bud here, which is next to this pink. If I separate it a little bit and put a little pink up there, closer to the bow, I think that looks fabulous. What do y'all think? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, oopsie, it's this really big peony. She don't want to stay in there, my friends. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. This is a beautiful kit. KIT201. As of March 6th, this is still available, but it'll go fast. Kits always do. So if you like it, please go grab it, stick it in your cart at uniqueinthecreek.com. And you have all this greenery, right? You have all this mesh, and you have all this ribbon left over, right? Like looks like you can't really see. What am I going? I barely used any ribbon. Okay. Oh, Susan, yes, this kit would be fabulous on your sage door. But this color is so neutral that honestly, I think it would go with any color. Right? Any color. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Just going back on the comments. Are there any questions maybe that I missed? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, ladies. The Bucket of Magic probably will be back. Well, actually, what am I doing next week? I believe I'm on live again next week on Unique in the Creek. But if you would like to see the Bucket of Magic on Tuesday, I might be doing a live on my own page, Create with Sugi. If I do, I will put an event up. But in the meantime, please check out uniqueinthecreek.com. This kit is beautiful. And as you can see, you need nothing except a pair of scissors to cut your ribbon. Oh, and some wire cutters, to cut the stems off your peony. Right? It's an absolutely beautiful kit, perfect for from now until all the way through summer. Okay? It's a welcome. There's no specific date on it, like when you have like Halloween or St. Patrick's or anything like that. You could leave it up for a whole season, not a problem. It just has welcome. And look how pretty. It's very romantic looking, right? Romantic wreath. Oh, you know what else would be good? This would make a perfect Mother's Day wreath, right? Mother's Day wreath. This would be perfect for Mother's Day, right? So that's it, my friends. That's all I have for you today. Are there any questions before I go? Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on Unique in the Creek. Again, I believe I am on next Thursday. I think I am doing another kit. I'm not sure which one, but I believe it's on its way. And that is all I have for you. So please check out uniqueinthecreek.com. If you do some shopping there, I would appreciate it if you could use code Judy at checkout. That is my affiliate code. It helps me tremendously, and I appreciate every single one of you that uses it. And while you're there, pick up some more boards and some more mesh and ribbons and all the goodies to make a beautiful wreath. Lori did drop a ton of sign and ribbon sets and other kits. So please go check out the page. Thank you very much. Yeah, romantic is a great word for it. Yeah, that's what it reminds. It's very romantic looking. It's very pretty. Soft colors, right? The soft colors always look beautiful. Okay. Thank you very much. Again, thanks for joining me. And until next time, happy crafting, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.